So watering a winter greenhouse is completely different than watering a summer greenhouse. And this is where many gardeners accidentally lose their plants. So in the summer, the plants are growing fast, transpiring heavily, and drying out quickly. So frequent water makes sense. So in the winter, they grow slow, light levels have dropped, soil stays colder, and water lingers for far longer. So if you water winter plants the same way that you water your summer plants, you can easily rot them out and kill them without realizing what went wrong. So I had to learn this lesson the hard way. My first season growing in winter greenhouses, I overwatered nearly everything. I kept the soil constantly wet, thinking I was caring for my plants, but instead I created the perfect condition for rot. So most of my plants died at the soil line, and I was devastated. So that experience completely changed how I water in the winter. Now from about November 1st to the end of February, I follow a very different approach, and it's made all the difference. So the most important rule about watering is simple. If you're in doubt that it needs water, just don't water. So winter watering is more about restraint. If you think a plant might be okay until tomorrow without water, just skip the watering. Only water when you know the plant truly cannot go another day without it. This single mindset, it's going to save more winter plants than any other tool or technique. So checking the soil properly is essential. The surface can look dry while deeper layers are still wet, especially in cold weather. So I always check about a ½ inch down in the soil. If it is still moist there, I don't water. I also avoid watering on cloudy days whenever possible, because without the sun, the plants use way less water. The goal in winter is to let the soil dry out more than feels comfortable if you're used to summer gardening. So when it's time to water, I water deeply and thoroughly. I soak the soil so moisture reaches deep into the root zone, making sure to reach all the corners of the beds. So deep watering encourages the roots to grow downward and helps prevent rot at the soil surface. So after that, I stop. I don't lightly water again a few days later. I let the soil dry out fully before the next watering. Now, sometimes that means 2 or even 3 weeks between waterings for mature plants. Now, seedlings, they need a little bit more attention because their roots are shallow. So when seedlings are first started, I water them thoroughly to help them get established. And after that, I allow the soil surface to dry slightly before watering again. Even with seedlings, constant moisture can cause a problem, so observation really is your key here. So watch your plants and check the soil regularly. This is going to tell you far more than watering on any schedule. Now for tools, I like the water wand and the water breaker because it delivers water gently and evenly without disturbing the soil. To keep these tools from breaking in the winter, I always drain the water out of the wand and the breaker after I'm done. A frozen wand is an easy way to crack the fittings. So I don't usually drain my hose because the sun warming the greenhouse during the day, it's going to melt the ice inside it. So links to the exact water wand and breaker that I love are in the description below. I check my winter greenhouse every day, but I don't water it every day. So daily checks help me notice subtle changes before the plants suffer, but watering only happens when it's truly needed. So over time, you're going to develop an instinct for when it's time to water your plants. You're going to learn the feel of the soil, the look of the plants, and the rhythm of your greenhouse. So just remember, in winter, you can kill your plants with kindness. So less water applied thoroughly leads to healthier plants and far more success in your winter garden. So if you're looking for open pollinated heirloom seeds specifically for greenhouses and winter growing, visit thelivingfarm.org. And step-by-step guidance on soil pest prevention and year-round greenhouse and food production, go ahead and join us in the High Performance Greenhouse eCourse. All links are in the description below.